So let us start with capital budgeting. So before moving on to the practical illustration, let us first have a brief understanding of what capital budgeting is, etc. Then we will directly go for the practical sums. So first let us understand what is the meaning of the term capital budgeting. See, capital budgeting refers to planning the deployment of available capital for the purpose of maximizing the long-term profitability of the firm. So what is the meaning of the capital budgeting? It refers to planning the deployment. Deployment means use of available capital for the purpose of maximizing the long-term profitability of the firm. So capital budgeting decision will help you understand as a business where you have to use your capital which is available with you so that your long-term profit of the firm is maximized. Okay, so you will raise funds from various sources, okay, through equity, through debt instrument, etc. So funds will be available with the company or business house. So now next step will be to decide where to use that funds. Okay, so capital budgeting refers to what? Using the available capital. So deployment means using the available capital for what purpose? For maximizing the long-term profitability of the firm. So, what is the important thing of capital budgeting? It is using the available capital. So, where to use, in which project you have to invest so that your long-term profitability of the firm is maximized. Such decisions are referred to as capital budgeting decisions. And capital budgeting, always remember, it is a long-term decision. It is not a short-term decision. So capital budgeting is a long-term decision. Okay. In capital budgeting, what all decisions will be included? So these are known as investment decisions. Whether you have to expand your business or not, whether you have to acquire new business, you have to modernize your business or replace any asset with other asset. Okay, suppose there will be a situation in a business in which they will be analyzing whether to replace the old machinery with the new machinery. Such decisions are capital budgeting decisions. That such decisions are known as replacement decisions. Okay, so whether old machinery should be replaced with the new machinery. Okay, whether you have to invest in that project or not. Okay, whether you have to acquire the new business, you can compare the NPV and take the decision accordingly. So all these decisions are investment decisions, and if you will see, all these decisions are long term in nature. Okay, so long term decisions will come under capital budgeting area. So if you want to take a long term decisions about big huge investments in a business, investment decisions, so such type of decisions will come under capital budgeting, and short-term decisions come under marginal costing. That is the decision making under marginal costing. If the decision is related to 1 year time period, such decisions are known as short-term decision making, and here such decisions are covered under marginal costing techniques. Okay, and long-term decision, which such a decision will have an impact for more than 1 year. Such decisions are long-term, and it will come under capital budgeting. Difference between long-term and short-term is that in while taking short-term decision, we will not consider the present value. In marginal costing, when you are doing decision-making topic, you are not considering the present value factors. But in Financial management, when we will do the capital budgeting, long-term decision, we will take the present value factor into the consideration. Okay, be it short-term or long-term, decision is made on profitability only. By taking the decision whether it is advantage or not for the business, that will be the prime consideration. Okay, so capital budgeting is what? Capital budgeting refers to planning how you should use your available capital for maximizing the long-term profitability because everybody know that capital will have a cost. So you cannot get freely capital. No, if you are raising funds through equity capital, you will have to pay dividends to the shareholder. If you are borrowing from the debt market, that is debentures, bonds, you will have to pay interest. Or if you are taking term loans from bank, you will have to pay the interest. So every capital will involve cost. So you should take a very cautious decision about deploying that capital which is available with you so that your long-term profitability of the firm is maximized. Okay, so this is the concept of capital budgeting, and capital budgeting will involve the long-term decisions. So what capital budgeting basically involves is that it involves financial analysis of various proposals regarding the capital expenditure and to choose the best out of various alternatives. Okay, many alternatives will be there. By doing proper financial analysis, you should select that option which is best for your business. So this is the main purpose of capital budgeting. Various techniques are there. By using that techniques, we can select the best out of various proposals available. Okay. So sometimes company may be faced with many situations. It is having three projects. Okay, it has got offer for three undertaking three projects. Now, all the three projects cannot be undertaken. Okay, obviously, because big projects involve lot of funding will be required. So, company may be possible to in a position to take only one project out of that. So, how it will select? It will select the best out of three. So, how to find out best out of three? That is the by doing proper financial analysis, which is capital budgeting. So various techniques are there in capital budgeting. By using that techniques, we can find out the best out of the various alternatives. Okay. So basically understand capital budgeting is a long-term time horizon will be there more than a year. Okay. So long-term decisions will be covered under financial management, that is capital budgeting, which will involve a present value analysis, and short-term analysis will not involve present value analysis. So that can be the basic difference between the two. So let us directly come to the understanding what are the techniques or popular techniques in capital budgeting and for our examination study also. First is the payback period method. Payback period method. Second, very popular method is NPV, net present value. Third is profitability index, PI, profitability index. Fourth is the internal rate of return, IRR. Okay. So what are the four methods you will understanding is the payback period method, net present value method, profitability index, and IRR. That is the internal rate of return method. So these four methods we will be discussing for our study. That is capital budgeting techniques. And very popular method is NPV. NPV is a very popular method in capital budgeting. That is the net present value analysis. So let us begin the discussion on the methods or techniques of capital budgeting. Step by step. Now, very important thing, whether it is the payback method or net present value or the profitability index or the IRR, all this method will be using payback period, NPV, profitability index or IRR. All this method will be using cash flow after tax for the analysis. Whether it is the payback, whether it is NPV, whether it is PI, whether it is IRR, all these methods or techniques will be using cash flow after tax for the analysis purpose, not the profit. Not profit, they will use cash flow after tax for the analysis. What is the difference between profit after tax and cash flow after tax? That we will have to understand first. Because all the methods, all the four methods, we will require cash flow after tax, not the profit after tax. Okay. So what is the difference between a cash flow after tax and profit after tax? How to calculate cash flow after tax? This is the first step. This cash flow after tax will be actually used for analysis purpose, not the profit after tax. So how to calculate the cash flow after tax? So this is the working for calculating cash flow after tax, and it is the general working for all the sums. So you can note down how to calculate the cash flow after tax, CFAT. First, we will take profit before tax as the base. Profit before tax. Okay. Less tax. Okay. Tax percentage will be given in the question. So from profit before tax, if we will reduce the tax percentage, we will get the profit after tax. Okay. In this, if we will add back the depreciation, very important step. If we will add back the depreciation, we will get the cash flow after tax. So what is cash flow after tax? Profit before tax minus tax. Profit after tax you will get. Okay, profit after tax. And in profit after tax, if you will add back the depreciation, you will get the cash flow after tax. So by using this cash, we will calculate the cash flow after tax, and cash flow after tax we will use for our analysis purpose, not the profit after tax. So this is the working for calculating the cash flow after tax. Clear? See, profit before depreciation and tax, less depreciation, less tax, you will get the profit after tax. Then add back depreciation, you will get the cash flow after tax. Okay. So if in question it is given, it is profit before depreciation and tax, what you will have to do? First, you will have to reduce the depreciation and tax. You will get the profit after tax. Okay. Then again add back the depreciation part. You will get the cash flow after tax. Why we are first reducing the depreciation and then adding back depreciation, that we will understand in the next class. Why this step is done. First we are reducing the depreciation and calculating the profit after tax. Then again we are adding back the depreciation for finding the cash flow after tax. Okay, so this step why it is done, that we will understand in the next class. First, from profit before depreciation and tax, you will reduce the depreciation and tax, you will get the profit after tax. Okay, and from profit after tax, if we will add back the depreciation again, we will get the CFAT. So why this step is done, that we will understand in the next class only, not now. So for today, I think we can stop here only. Further, we will continue in the next class. Clear?